Blog Talk Radio.
You're listening live to On the Move Unscripted with your host, Patricia M. Goins and Mr. Stout on www.blogtalkradio.com/Patricia Goins. Call in now. We're live at 516-387-1247.
What's going on? You have tuned in to another episode of On the Move Unscripted with Patricia M. Goins
and Mr. Stout. What it do?
Oh my gosh, this energy right now.
Happy birthday to you. Hey. Are you still celebrating your birthday?
I am. You know what? I have been, probably since, November maybe? Well, I tried to wait respectfully.
November?
I tried to respectfully wait until after your birthday to start really pushing mine. I almost couldn't, but I did my best. But, yeah, I think since the end of, probably like right after your birthday, I started saying, my birthday's in February.
Yeah. So you had a great time?
I had an awesome and amazing time. And I just want to thank you so much because I know I gave you the blues. I gotta
write
get
a song about it.
You're gonna write a song about it. You are here. Here you go. No, I had so much fun. So, of course, went out to dinner and stuff with my kids and stuff, and then we went to the Sip and Skate at Skate Zone 71. Right? It was from 11 to 1. I know all y'all old people, y'all was already in the bed, but for the ones who still got energy in their bones, they was out there on the floor getting it. And so it was really fun. Although my sister learned a very valuable lesson. She learned that you really need to wait till after you skate to sip.
Right. Just it was so fun, yeah.
Sipping before you skate could be a hazard to your knees, or your butt if you fall on the ground. So, but I had an amazing time. And then on Sunday it was family, and I released the music video and the song on my birthday, so that means something special. Yeah. My mom flew in. It was a beautiful thing. So if you are wherever you are, because I know we have listeners from all around the world, so wherever you are, you can go to YouTube and put in Skate, Rock, and Roll. That was the first song that we played, and you'll see the music video. And I want y'all to understand, skating is back, and it came back fierce. Skaters will tell you ain't never went nowhere. Right? Right. Because that's how they feel. But we all know there was a slowdown.
It's still out there, yeah.
There was a slowdown, it was a family thing, but now it's like serious, like they not playing, like they coming with, they spinning up off the ground, they doing flips and splits. Right.
Yeah. The guy that jumped off the wall, that was it.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Yeah, I put it up on when I go to the different things. I always, do TikTok videos and stuff like that, and I try to find the best ones, and it's not hard to find because most of them, not all of them are like me. Most of them are not like me. I'm one of the ones that I'm like, hold on, excuse me, I just want to step down on the floor, skate around me, please, takes me a minute. Right. But I don't fall. Fall. How was your week been? Now that I've talked all about me.
I was there and hanging out with you.
Yes, you were.
So dinner, it was the whole thing. It was great. The Valentine's Day. Everybody did their thing for Valentine's Day, and then your birthday weekend and everything. Everything was good. For this week, and now we getting close to March, and spring is coming up and everything like that. But yeah.
It already feels like spring here in Ohio. I don't know. The weather is tripping me out. I'm really trying to flip coins to figure out if it's going to be cold or warm.
That's what we're hearing. What's going on around the whole country. It's raining and snowing in some places, and it's windy, and it's nice the next day. But we have tonight though, today, for our guest tonight, it's going to be.
You know what?
Amazing.
I'm still in California. It was like you're bringing a lot of love from Cali.
We on our way, baby. We definitely on our way out there.
Yes, we have Sharifah Hardie, and I do believe she's on the line. I'm so excited to talk to her because if you're an entrepreneur. And it doesn't. And when I say entrepreneur, that's a wide spectrum, right? So any information that a business consultant has for, entrepreneurs, anybody, whether you're a label, you know what I'm saying? Right. Even if you're an author and you have your own publishing company, if your grandma and grandpa's store, I don't care what part Because if you're a vendor and you do pop-up shops, you still want to make sure that the business is as effective as it can, because you probably got an online website or something else that you promote. So I'm really excited to talk to her.
Right. We
so,
talk to
we're about to do this unscripted move. I'm about to run over here.
You want to have Sharifah right here with us on the line, right here, live right here on the Move Unscripted. From AskSharifah.com, also Sharifah Hardie for Senate, and also BlackChamberOfCommerce.org, LongBeachBlackNews.com, and SupportMyBlackBusiness.org. We got Sharifah with us right now?
Yes, we do.
Oh, what's going on, sis?
Hello, how you doing? I hope you right off the bat. I hope you got your little glass of wine and you relax, because it's completely unscripted.
No, thank you for having me on the show. I'm so grateful, but I was listening to you. First of all, I wanted to say it's an honor and a privilege to be on the show. I've known Kenneth for years. He's always opened doors for me, open opportunities to be a guest. So I definitely wanted to say that. Second, for a little girl who was raised in Columbus, Ohio, when you said Ohio, I was like, ooh, we home. So, yes, I definitely appreciate the opportunity to be on the couch on the show.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. You are originally from Columbus, Ohio?
I was born in D.C., but I left when I was 2. And then I went from D.C. to Columbus, Ohio, and I've been in California since I was 8.
Wow.
Okay. We still claim you.
Right?
We still claim you.
She don't know the
that's where I was raised.
We'll still claim it. She gives us time. She gives us time to be claimed.
That's dope. Yeah.
I'm excited to have you on as well. Mr. Stout always brings the cream of the crop, too, on the Move Unscripted. And so we're really starting to get a lot of love from L.A. and learning a lot about the businesses and different things in California, Long Beach, all that. So it's exciting to, talk to someone on the West Coast.
Yeah, it definitely is. Sharifah has been doing a lot of things for years. It's been a minute. When I was down in North Carolina, you would come on my show. I was going on her show. She's done things for TV and broadcast and things like that. Also PR work, things of that nature. A lot of big new things that's going on right now. You know what I mean? But it's the body of work. That we can kind of get into. Sharifah, for some of our listeners, let them know some of the things you've done, and give a quick little thing on that, but then let them also know what's going on with you for right now.
We're taking you down a yellow brick road.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I was at Duxbury School. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to go back that far, but the people who know me, I love helping business owners. I was at Douglas, too. So anyway, but I love helping businesses. I built my first website in 1994. And then when I started building my website, there were people who said, Sharifah, you built your website, build us a website. So I built those websites. Then I started marketing my website, and the people were like, you're marketing your website, market our website. And so that was back in the 90s. And what happened was I had so many questions about being online, websites, marketing, SEO, that kind of thing. My phone rang all day. And I said, I'm not about to sit here all day and answer all these questions. That's the whole Ask Sharifah brand. So I launched Ask Sharifah podcast in 2009. And so I've been podcasting. I started right here on Blog Talk Radio in some form or fashion since then. And so it's just really helping businesses. It's not always what you know. A lot of times is what you don't know. People come into this world, people can tell them anything. They say, oh, you need a website, that's $15,000. You need a domain, that's, $2,500. People don't know what to expect, what to pay, and I just help the people. So I tell people all the time, do not face the unknown alone. Ask Sharifah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I like
that. I like that website too. By the way, I looked at. I said, okay, all right now. I like that. It was very professional, and I would have. So you yourself created that, or you at this point again you have somebody else do it for you?
No, I create all my websites. So I built AskSharifah.com, SupportMyBlackBusiness.org, LongBeachBlackNews.com. Sharifah Hardie for Senate.com. Those are all my sites that I built.
Okay, yeah. So did y'all get, so if I don't want to make them have to wait to the end of the show to get your contact information. So, and we'll repeat it again, but can you please, for those who might just be chiming in, or you know how some people, they catch some and then they run, but I want them to get your information before they run. Anybody, you know, you never know what people's life situations are. So please tell us, how can they contact you?
Absolutely. My website, again, is AskSharifah.com. I am one of the most available people you will always, or you will ever meet. You can reach me directly at 562-822-0965. Again, that number is 562-822-0965.
So I'm really interested in finding out more about your online, what is that, online magazine?
Long Beach Black News?
Yes, ma'am, the Long Beach Black News. I'm really interested in that because I'm curious. I mean, that seems like a lot of work, and you got to really be skilled and not, you know, to be able to keep up with that. I understand how it can taskful it can be trying to keep websites up to date and stuff like that, especially when you're talking about the news. So I'm really interested in that. And do you ever have, I guess it's a two-part question, do you have other entities that advertise or that can promote their businesses or whatever with on the Long Beach Black News magazine?
Absolutely. So, absolutely. So it's twofold. There are advertising opportunities, but the reason I created Long Beach Black News because 3 years ago I became the president of the Long Beach area chapter of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. So with the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, there are 15 chapters from the desert to the sea. So I'm the president of Long Beach and about 7 surrounding cities. And so I'm the kind of person, Kenneth will tell you, like I fall in love with people. I get attached. You know, I want to be a part of their life and a part of their story. And as the president of the Black Chamber of Commerce, I found that so many of my members had incredible stories. I would get to talk to them, and I was like, oh, my God, your story is amazing. And I built my reputation off of stories. A lot of people know me when I did the 2016 Punch TV Studios IPO. So with Punch TV Studios, we raised about $6 million. But that's through stories, creating stories, sharing stories. So it's not really that difficult when you're meeting with regular people, you know, people on a regular basis and saying, what is your story? So let me now just write up your story and share it with our audience. Plus, I also have other writers, people who come in, add their press releases, add their clients, you know, PR reps who want to promote their clients. So I just, you know, love to share stories.
That is awesome and amazing.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember them shows. Awesome and amazing.
So I'm curious, with the Long Beach Black News, do you have section off areas, like is there an entertainment area and then what's going on in the news for Long Beach specifically and a business, like how is it? I haven't gotten a chance to really go through it like I want to, but I'm going to. You already know this, right?
No, it's different categories.
I'm trying to spread my brand out to L.A., California, Long Beach. I'm trying to get to the West Coast.
Well, I tell people all the time, all you got to do is somehow, some way tie it into Long Beach. Put the word Long Beach in some form or fashion in your article, your press release, and we'll run it for you. But it is just sharing stories. So we have categories. So we have business, we have health, we have entertainment. We have about 6 or 7 different categories. So whatever the article is, as long as it's black and as long as it's about Long Beach, I will run it.
Okay. I like that. I'm looking at it now. Actually, Mr. Stout pulled it up. And I'm like, I love how you have it broken down. Rihanna did her thing. I see you got Rihanna on here. I'm sorry, let's take a quick. Rihanna acted a fool on that stage.
That thing, yeah. She definitely did.
People shared their little things, but I thought Rihanna did awesome and amazing. I'm seeing that you posted, that was one of the articles on the Long Beach.
Yes, you see the article, it talks about things that you can, this article, I love your insight because this is one of those articles that actually came from a social media conversation, not my conversation, but someone else's conversation, the author's conversation she was telling me about on Facebook, where someone was basically saying that didn't make any sense because, as you know, Rihanna didn't get paid to perform. at all.
Right.
But the point of the article is that what people don't always understand is some things are lost leaders. Just because you didn't get a direct check for that, you get checks in other areas. So her Fenty line blew up, all these other things increased as a direct result of her Super Bowl appearance.
You know what? Rihanna said, y'all shut up. I'm a billionaire. When y'all get to my status, then y'all can question what the heck motives I got going on here. Obviously, I know what I'm doing because I'm a billionaire. Put a B with it.
Absolutely.
She
Absolutely.
was doing.
But also on the of that long, of that channel right there, you have your thing as well on there as well. So what was that all entail for the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce? I see you in there also with Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Okay, so you're referring to the March 3rd event. And so on March 3rd, because March is International Women's Month, and I was listening to the two of you prior talking about your birthdays in February, and I was laughing because I'm like, my birthday is March 31st. So y'all can have February. Okay. I'm going to say March. But as a result of International Women's Month, at the W Hotel in Hollywood, they're honoring 40 different women. And I was honored to be on the list of women that are being honored because of the work that they're doing in the community. So the one of the first people that they're honoring is Karen Bass. So I don't know if you're aware, but L.A. just got our first black female mayor, and that's Karen Bass. So she's being honored. I'm so excited to sit on the same stage as her. Jennifer Newsom, who's the wife of Governor Newsom, is being honored. Maxine Waters is being honored. Beverly Todd is being honored. Jackie Joyner-Kersee is being honored. So these are women who have been making a difference, and a percentage of the proceeds for this event go to NAMI, which is the National Association of Mental Illness. And there's so much mental illness going around. I'm passionate about it. I was sharing with some people on social media I was feeling my spirit was a little troubled. I know two people that I know within the last week have gotten a gun, put it to their heads, and blew their brains out. One was a 19-year-old black boy. And it's like we have to really start doing more to take to help with mental illness. One thing people don't understand is that we have all been quarantined in little white rooms. And what I mean by that is you've been at home by yourself for the most part, and a lot of people cannot handle isolation, especially when they're being pumped with fear. And people have been isolated for 3 years, and they don't necessarily know how to handle the stress. They don't, eggs, I don't know what they are there, but in California, eggs are $9. Gas is $7.
They like $5 and change.
$9.
Yes, I don't know what they did to the bird. First they said the wings was missing, then now they messing with the egg. What?
Yes, and then I got my
wings out there. Did y'all have a shortage of chicken wings in Long Beach?
They said we have a shortage of chicken wings, but how you have a shortage of chicken wings, but you don't have a shortage of chicken legs? It's the same chicken.
I know. What the wings rolling around without the thighs? I don't get it. I don't know.
They just making stuff up.
With the chicken for a minute now.
We gotta get our own farms again. That's what's going on. Because,
right. Right. Because they just mess up stuff. And my gas bill for February was $400. My typical gas bill is about $50. So people are stressed. There's a lot of stress. So I'm very excited to be a part of this event on March 3rd. It's just I want to do whatever I can to help people, but I'm just in awe and grateful to be honored.
And I've actually shared it in a couple of the women groups that I'm a part of, and I'll continue to share it more.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to share the Long Beach Black News website, but I will once we get off, and I'll also share it to this post. For anyone who's listening right now and you're trying to figure out where the link is, it will be there after the show is over. And I didn't have the chance to put that down, but I love that. So March the 3rd. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Save the Date, Culture Inclusion Foundation honoring diverse women making a difference. Come on now. Friday, March the 3rd, 2023, 5 to 10 p.m. At the HW. Is it the WHW Hotel? Oh, the W Hotel. Those are nice hotels. Yeah. Hollywood, 6250 Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood, California, 90028. I'm coming to Cali. I California calling my name.
Come out here. I'll tell you,
yeah,
come
we will
out
be
here.
out there very soon. Oh, yeah.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
No, I said, come out here. Come on out here.
I'm telling you, it's like I feel California all over me. Everyone we talking to, people from California or L.A., and they all screaming, say my name, say my name. Come on out here to L.A. Yeah. We just did a show last week. I used to have a show that came on Thursdays called the Ladies Roundtable Discussion.
Yeah.
And we did that show for probably about 2 years. And so we had a reunion show last week, and it's so crazy that it ain't crazy. It's God's will because there ain't no mistakes. So when we first, it was Kimberly McKence, R. Marie, Deshaun Johnson, and also Dr. Mocha came on, and we kind of like talked about, what we have been doing over the last 2 years. We didn't know, because the show is unscripted, so we really didn't know what topic we were going to touch on. But after each lady kind of introduced themselves and talked about, what was important to them, it was obvious that mental health stood out in everyone's conversation.
It was.
So that ended up being the topic of our show. So, and then I work at a behavioral a rehabilitation clinic, for a treatment center for people who deal with addictions. And most people who are dealing with the opioid, because I know they're dealing with it out in California, opioids, fentanyl, meth, all that kind of stuff, the mental health is usually attached to that. And so a lot of the addicts have mental health issues. You'll see schizophrenia, bipolar, major depression, anxiety. And then some of them do have those suicidal ideations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or homicidal ideations. Domestic violence has gone up. So you're right. Like, definitely, I agree.
Mental health is definitely a very important thing to definitely to look into, and how we can change those effects of that right there. And what you're working with the Black Chamber of Commerce as well. Can you give us a little bit of insight about, like, with that, all the tell us what you guys are dealing, with that?
Right. Yes, absolutely. I love the Black Chamber of Commerce. So I always tell people, because everybody's like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, well, let's break it down. It's a chamber, so it's a room, right? So it's a room for commerce. So it's a room for business. So we get together once a month, every third Wednesday of the month. We get together at a mixer. We provide food, and the members have the opportunity to introduce themselves and their business, and then we network. And I love doing that because I always tell people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And my phone rings all day, every day, with people going, hey, Sharifah, do you know a black plumber? Do you know a black nail technician? Do you know a black lawyer? Do you know a black insurance person? And if I don't know you, I'm not about to refer that business to you. So I love to be able to just get to know people, so when someone is looking for your business, I can tell them, oh, yeah, go call Kenneth. Kenneth can help you. Whatever it is. And so it's, for lack of a better term, it's a referral service where I can refer business to other people. And we just come together, we break bread, we fellowship, we have a wonderful time. We have 15 different chapters. Long Beach is the fastest growing chapter in the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. We're making news all over the country. They're hearing about what we're doing in Washington, D.C. And that's because we have great support. We have great supporters like Farmers and Merchants Bank, who's always supporting what we do. The Port of Long Beach, Port of Long Beach is huge. That port is what brought everything into the country, all our ships and docks and everything like that is at the Port of Long Beach Transit. So many organizations are saying, how can we help you? And it's a great thing that our Mayor Rex Richardson, is a dear friend of mine, black man, wonderful man, family man, married to a lovely lady, has 2 beautiful little girls. But it's our black people who are standing up and saying, look, how can we help each other? How can we come together to help each other and to support each other? And that's what I do. I just help people.
I love how women. Let's go back to how she broke down.
That's why
the Chamber of Commerce. Let's go back to that. She said, if you don't know what it means, let me break it down for you. This is chamber means room. Let me break this down. So let me put this in layman terms. So no matter what level you're on, You understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
We're networking. This is business. This is about growing your business. It's about growing your business no matter what level you are on your business. And the Chamber of Commerce most of the time has all the grant information, all the, techniques, classes, all kinds of stuff to help to grow your business. So if you are, no matter what ethnic station you are, no matter black, white, gray, African American, I don't care. It doesn't even matter to me. If you are an entrepreneur and you're trying to figure out how to grow your business, one of the best stops is the Chamber of Commerce. You know what I'm saying? You'll get so much information. So much classes from everywhere, from the very beginning on how to create a business plan, all the way up to wherever. Like that's where you need to be. That's
I definitely agree. And, I tell people this is the craziest thing for me. In my life, and I'll be 47 in March, I have never had anybody say anything to where I was a racist or this thing and that thing. As soon as I became the president of the Black Chamber of Commerce, I got all kind of people on social media, you racist, that's racist. I don't care about none of that. The reason I became president is because it showed during the global pandemic, only about 3% of government funding went to minority-owned businesses. And when you say minority-owned businesses, that's not just black businesses. That could be any minority. It could be Asian. It could be Spanish. It could be whatever, And so I had to see what I could do to help. But what I found was, it wasn't just, we could always sit back and say it was the man and the government was against us, but many of these businesses hadn't positioned themselves for funding. And what I mean by that is people who were in business for 30 years who didn't have a bank account. They didn't have EIN numbers. They hadn't ever filed taxes, but yet you want to go to the government and say, well, I need funding for 10 employees, and they be like, wait a minute, we ain't never seen you pay employee taxes. How you got employees?
Right.
And so I was like, how can we help them?
Yeah, and that's the truth, Yeah. That's why there's preparation. You got to be prepared. Preparation meets opportunity. So the opportunity was
ready.
Funding for those who were able to take advantage of that, and preparation would have been all them years of going to the Chamber of Commerce or wherever and getting your business plan, getting your website, getting your EIN, getting your vendor's license, doing all the things that you need to do. You know what I'm saying? I will admit there was a period of time where I was so focused on one aspect that I wasn't concentrating on the other aspect. I had more than one business. So the business that I should have been really having ready come 2020 was not really ready. It was after the fact that I had to get everything together or whatever. And I had the opportunity after the fact to get the loan, but I was like, I don't want the loan. I want the free money.
Right.
I don't want to pay nothing back. But so the information that you offered to groups, and to, as going to events and speaking or whatever. And then you also do one-on-one. People call you. Do you usually have them schedule time, or they just pick up the phone and be like, hey, Sharif, I need some information about XYZ.
AskSharifa.com, to get the information, They AskSharifa.com, for that,
So they get, but she said they call her phone too.
As well,
they do. The people who know me know I hate schedules. I hate putting anything on my calendar. I'm a free spirit. I have to go where spirit said go. So my phone, when people ring, is the funniest thing to me because people will call me and they will say, hi, Sharifah, I'm just calling you because I want to schedule a call with you. And I'm like, okay, but you're on the phone. What is it that you need? I believe magic and miracles happen in the moment. And so often we miss the opportunities because we're like, oh, well, you know what, next Tuesday I'm available. Well, next Tuesday, Elon Musk might be calling me. Who I'm going to take, Elon call or your call? So
I like that.
You have my attention right now.
I love that. And you know what? What you just said is so, you said magic is made in the moment, and that is so true. Even as an artist, I'm going to take it back in a way that I can make it relevant for myself and any musicians or music listeners that might be there. I think that for me, like skate, rock, and roll, times like this, I freestyle those. So the moment I hear the beat, the moment I hear the music hits my ears, and my brain can interpret it, the words come That is the magic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not
in the
one of
moment.
the songwriters where I'm like, I got stuff all written down and then like, all right, I need to find a beat for this song I wrote. That's not me. And Kenny, I work Kenny's nerves.
I write like that. I don't mind.
But I'm like that.
Kenny's like, what do you be asking me? What is it? About the music, you always say, is it 16 beats? Or you always be asking me
bars. Oh, yeah.
Bars.
Yeah.
That's not who I am.
Yeah, you just freestyle. Like, you feel it.
But you know what? What that means is that you're standing in your power, and you're using your power for what you do, no matter what other people say. Like for me, you mentioned speaking appearances or speaking engagements. All of my speaking engagements are improv, off the cuff, and I just pray. I'm also an ordained minister. I'll be like, Lord, you got this. What you want me to talk to the people about? Speak, Lord, and then I'll speak. But I believe, again, magic and miracles happen in the moment. And so often we so focus on the future that we mess up the present and we never get to where we want to go. Wherever you are, whoever is listening to the sound of my voice, just stop right now and think about what you can do right now in the moment to create magic in your life, in your business, because that's how you change your life.
Come on now.
See, I like that.
Now I feel better. I asked for some wine. Didn't even know you ain't coming to the past.
Black history, black future. I'm doing that, though. I need to for that.
Oh, my God.
Black history, black future.
Come on now.
I need that.
Get out the future. Because
we are the future.
Get out the past because that's over and ain't nothing you can do about it. Deal with the present, with right now, the moment. This is all that's promised to you. This second, right now. What you doing?
I get it.
Oh, I love that power. You know what I'm saying? That's power. So you about to have me following you like a stalker.
SASKSHARIFAH.com. AskSharifah.com. Also, Sharifah. So also, I want to ask you about the thing is Sharifah Hardie. Sharifah Hardie for Senate.com. Can we get into that right there as well?
Absolutely.
Can you tell us? Are you? What is it that you would need from the people, or what is it that you're doing for the people for the running for Senate? What is the name of your of your opponent, or is that something you can't talk about right now?
No, I can absolutely talk about it. I love talking about it. So I ran for Long Beach City Council in March 3rd, 2020, and I lost unbelievably. But what happened was, because you learn, you live and you learn, and so I have been podcasting since 2009. I reach a wide audience. In fact, I'm happy because Facebook, I fell in love with them on Valentine's Day. We in love now. But on Valentine's Day, they monetized my account. So because I hit a reach of over 1 million people. And so all of a sudden now I get paid for my ads and paid for my subscribers and different things like that. But when I was running for city council, thank you, I was trying to feed the homeless and different things like that. And people were looking at me like, who are you? We never seen you. We don't know you. All of a sudden you care about the homeless. And I was like, wow, I didn't know I would get that response. I have a global audience. I speak to people in Taipei and Africa and everywhere around the world, but I'm a recluse who hardly ever leaves my house. So I never saw this issue. So I said, okay, that's not going to stop me. And so I said, I'm going to run for Senate in 2024. And that's why I became president of the Black Chamber of Commerce. I spent the last 3 years literally shaking hands and kissing babies and developing a relationship with the people in Long Beach. And so I'm running for Senate. It is for District 33, which covers Long Beach all the way up to Huntington Park. So it's about 900,000 people. And my focus, because I was laid off 8 times, so when you talk about the wisdom and the different things I've learned, it's from those 8 layoffs. And so I'm very passionate about business because, I think there are other areas that are important, even when you talk about mental health, right? A person may be a little sad. They may be a little anxious. But if that person can't pay their rent, no matter what they talk to you about in therapy, they're not going to feel better. So I try to help people to create an income and change their lives so that they can feed their families. If I'm a parent, and I have 2 kids. My kids are 26 and 29. I tell people all the time, my journey started because my daughter, who's the oldest, kept asking me that magical question. She was like, Mom, what's for dinner? And I was like, I don't know. figure this out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just like to help people to take care of their families, take care of their business, so that they can lead successful lives. So people always talking about money does not buy happiness, but to a certain extent it does. When you are dying or you're sick and you need medicine and you can't afford it because you don't have the money, you're not that happy. If you need anything to save your life, you need to pay your rent. You need to pay for whatever it is. Maybe your mom is sick, but you need an airplane ticket to get from California to Ohio. You're not going to be too happy.
That's right.
So my whole thing is let's help people to get the resources that they need so they can lead happier and better lives. So I tell people, yes, money may not buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in a rose than on the bus.
Right. Yeah, true indeed.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Like I love your energy. I love, what you stand for, especially in a season where we're really trying to get minorities to, get their businesses, get funding for their businesses. I know that one issue that a lot of entrepreneurs have, and I talked about this on another show, is getting business credit that's not using their Social Security number. So that is something that, just using their EIN, that has been a challenge. And I don't know if there's a roadblock that has been put there on purpose or what that whole situation is. Because they'll get a kid from college and give them a Visa card, and they don't even have a job. but you want a business credit card for your business, and you got to jump through hoops. Like explain that to me.
Well, I think you understand it because you made it very clear that kids from college, remember, are based on the interest. That's where the companies, the banks, the credit card providers make their money. So they already know this kid and I talk about this all the time, it's a shame and disgrace, in my opinion, that we even allow credit card companies on college campuses. You go to college campus, you got all these little tents, and they be like, look, I'll give you a Frisbee if you get this credit card. Like, that should be illegal to do, in my opinion.
Right.
But they know for the most part these kids are not going to repay this credit, but they'll get enough for the money and enough for the interest from these kids. But for the businesses, they're usually requiring larger amounts of money. So maybe they gave this kid $500, but as a business owner, you try to get $100,000. So you're going to have more requirements. And many people don't understand how to get money using their EIN because what they try to do basically is cheat the system. They go to the website, and it's irs.gov. By the way, for whoever doesn't know, it's free. You go get your EIN number. They're like, oh, I got an EIN number, I could get some money. But your EIN number has to be attached to your business. What is your real business? Have you actually incorporated the business? Do you have a business bank account? Can we see some profit? Can we see some loss? Can we see some revenue? So if you do the work, you can get the funding. But the times, especially now, of the government or anybody just handing you $250,000, that's gone. But if you do the work, you can get trade lines. I have companies that I work with where we can get trade lines for people or business funding for people. But you have to have a business. The company I work with, you have to have a minimum of $3,000 in revenue. Most people can't say if they're an entrepreneur that they have business that amount of revenue. I have a little trick, so don't kill me. I tell some of my people sometime on how to get around it, but I tell them, if you're building your business and you're still working a full-time job, say you're making from your job, not your business, but this is your job. You don't want to commingle, but as your employee, take a salary for yourself. And you have that money because you have that money coming into your business bank account. All they're looking at is how much money came in. So you got to find different ways to get what you need. And there's plenty of money, especially right now. There are millions and billions and billions of dollars. I know that for a fact here in Long Beach. I talk to the city and all these organizations every day. They call me because I share information. I'm a resource center for people. So when the city wants the people to know that there's a new grant opportunity, they send me an email, Sharifah, here's the new grant opportunity. Can you let your members know? And I let them know. So there's plenty of money on the table, but you have to do what it takes to qualify for funding.
Yeah, that's important, though.
That was because a lot of people don't know that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that part. You know, they don't understand that part. That. But once and that's why it's important to really be, listen to people like Miss Sharifah, you know what I'm saying, or other people who are it's important that people don't want nobody tell them nothing nowadays. They just want to feel like they know it all, but that's not how it works when you're ready to jump to new levels. Yeah. When you're ready to jump to new levels, then you have to be open for instruction, and you have to be willing to listen to people who have already done it. Same with an artist. You know what I'm saying? We tell the artists all the time. The artists be like, you know what? I'm quitting my day job. I'm about to take this music real. Okay. So how you gonna pay for all the things you need to do to take it real? Like, how you gonna pay for the studio time without a job, boo boo? How you gonna pay for the marketing and promotion without a job, Tay? Are you saving any of your money? Are you doing any of that? Are you treating your music business like a business? Because in all honesty, that's what it is. Whether you're going on tour, you're selling merchandise, we're trying to get artists to get back to selling tangible items, and that's a way that you can build your business accounts by actually selling products, you know what I'm saying, and get T-shirts, CDs, whatever it is. Like, we're trying to get artists to start looking at their music thing as a business. LLC your business and do the things that you need to do.
All them products and brands,
So, but also with that said is that
I'm sorry.
If you will find that the successful people, you mentioned Rihanna and her billions, you see one of the things she focused on was her Fenty line. If I've seen the successful people, Kevin Hart talks about all that all the time. You have to understand it's the business of entertainment. You can sing better than 800 billion people, but if you don't understand business, if you're a flake, you don't show up on time, you're not, doing what you need to do, you will never be successful. You have to understand it's a business. I talk to people all the time, and they're like, oh, well, I need this grant money, I need this, I need that. I'm going to go start a nonprofit. And I'm like, that's a different animal. But if you're in business, the last company that I worked for was American Express. I was a trainer for American Express, and they told me to tell the new people, I taught an 8-week class and a 12-week class, and they said, day one, every class, we want you to tell them we are a for-profit corporation. They wasn't playing. They were serious. Tell these people we are a for-profit corporation. Yeah. And that may seem small to people, but what they telling you is we want our money. We're not here to play with you. Right. We're here to make sales. Right. But we don't have that same energy. A lot of times when I do speaking engagements, I talk about it. I say, ask yourself, are you operating a business or are you operating a hustle? Now, there's no judgment. You can operate whatever you want to operate, but they're not the same thing.
Right. So it's time. I kind of got mad at what's the one guy, the one who did the song with Snoop Dogg, the dark skinned guy from Africa or something. What's his name? Akon.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of got mad at Akon at first because he was just like, you know what, y'all artists are broke. Y'all need to figure out another job to do if you want to do music, because music is going to pay you the least. All the other services that you provide around music is what's going to make your money. And I didn't really like the way he said it because, sometimes men can be a little bit too blunt, right, Mr. Stout? But got it. The bottom line is we got to be able to do our creativity and love to do it, but somebody got to feed it. It costs for marketing. It costs for promotion. It costs to get your music from out of your CD player into the homes of other people or into, the playlist of other people. That takes money. Money got to come from somewhere.
Right. Any business like that, it's got to be something that people are gonna want, and they're gonna want to be like to be marketed into their faces, like, okay, yeah, I want to check this out.
Because most people don't understand marketing.
Yeah.
They don't understand the important marketing and promotion costs the most. The product may not even cost that much to put together, but the marketing and promotion.
But that's the one thing people cut, though, which is the craziest thing. When they need more money, the first thing they cut is marketing.
And that's
a no-no. Yeah.
That's a no-no.
Yeah. Not good business.
That's the first thing they do cut. I don't want to. No, let me go ahead and, because I need to put more into the mashed potatoes. But ain't nobody going to know about the mashed potatoes if you don't tell them about it in as many ways as you can. And most of the places that you could do it is not free. So.
Right.
No doubt. We got Sharifah Hardie with us right here. Ask SharifahHardie.com. Also, Sharifah Hardie for Senate.com. BlackChamberOfCommerce.org and LongBeachBlackNews.com and SupportMyBlackBusiness.org as well. Hit them all up with a www. And you got some things also coming up for the diversity of women difference. March 3rd, 5 p.m. 2023 at the W Hotel in Hollywood, 6250 Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California. Guys, hit them up at 602-473-3534 as well. I also see another thing you have. Is it the same date for the same?
Yes.
Okay, because I see there's going to be a lot of guests going to be in there as well, right?
Yes.
For the Quintessential Queens in Los Angeles?
On March 3rd. Yes, that's on March 3rd where I'm the keynote speaker. And so I tell people, I'm at a point in my life where I dreamed I would be one day. But then when you get to that day, you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know it would be like this, because now that day on March 3rd, I'm doing a ribbon cutting service at 12. So I'm actually cutting a ribbon for a grand opening for one of our members in Long Beach. And then at 2 o'clock, I'm the keynote speaker for the Quintessential Queens event in El Segundo, which is wonderful. And then 5 o'clock, I'm over there being honored with all the wonderful ladies. So, yes, I'm busy, but busy.
No doubt. Definitely going to check out StephanieHarper.com/Queens2023 as well. And, and look out for Sharifah Hardie doing her thing. I really appreciate what you're doing out here because I watched you go through, like, from where you was, like, you was already doing it big when we met, but now you took it to, like, another stratosphere. And I mean, I know, like, we all have our trials and tribulations, but you've always been this, like, the same, like, this, your soul has been the same soul sister, like, since we've met.
Yeah, I love
and that thing right there is, like, that's near and dear, to my heart right there because, Sharifah, you're doing your thing, and you're definitely going to be doing big things, and I'm going to support that all the way up, man. Yeah, 2024 and the Senate and everything. Yeah, we're going to show up.
We have to start supporting each other, promoting each other. Even today, I have a group, Ms. Sharifah, called the Atlanta Music Industry Group on Facebook, and I have the Atlanta Music Industry at AtlantaMusicIndustry.com. So anyway, the Facebook group is filled up with like maybe 32,000 members of all different types of areas, artists, filmmakers, producers, beat makers. It's a whole conglomerate of different services for anybody who's in, entertainment or creativity or whatever. And so I like to share stuff like people like you, yourself, and other people who deal with other aspects because we got to start supporting each other. We got to start helping each other. Even today, I actually invested in 3 music review members that are in my group. I actually paid for them to review my music because I'm like, we got to. First, you can't be afraid to invest in yourself, and second, you can't be so stingy that you're not willing to invest in someone else. You know what I'm saying? Or promote someone else or help someone else. So I love what you're doing, and I definitely shared you within my Atlanta Music Industry group, and I have so many. I got so many different groups.
Well, thank you. I definitely appreciate that, and I receive what you're saying. I receive what Kenneth is saying. But here's the truth of the matter and why I push so hard for black people and our people is that much of the wealth that other communities have been passed down from generation to generation. There are other communities, when they want to start a business, they could call their relatives or their business partners, and their business partners can send them $10,000 or $50,000 because that's what they spend on lunch. People could say whatever they want about Donald Trump, but when Donald Trump wanted to go in business, he called his dad and said, Dad, I want to go into real estate. Send me some millions. And guess what? Dad sent him millions of dollars. Their grandchildren don't have to think about their careers or where they're going to get funding from. All they have to do is figure out what they want to do or what college they want to go to, and their lives are already paid for. We have not had the ability to have generational wealth passed down, and that's the problem. So when we want to start a business, we got, what, $50 to put towards it, $500 to put towards it, $5,000 to put towards it, but we don't have the resources. And so larger companies, so if you're in business and you're selling socks, right, you may think you love socks, but guess what? I could go to Target and pick me up some socks. So why should I go to your business? And so Target knows it's competition, but it also knows that it has $50 million sitting in his war chest to market to basically flood you out of the system. So we have to be able to create ways for us to have the revenue we need and the funding we need to stay in business. The SBA, the Small Business Association, says that you should be able to stay in business for a minimum of 2 years without making one dime, which means without any profit. You should have enough in the bank, but what happens is we have enough for about 30 days. We're going to build this website. We're going to throw it up. We're going to try to make some sales. And if it doesn't work, I'm out of money. And so these are the problems that we are running into, and these problems were systematically created to keep us away from wealth. They were intentionally, deliberately, systematically created to keep us poor. And that's what we're fighting.
I'm curious about this, right? Because it's been in my head. I just want to know. We're talking about, when did they promise us 3 acres and a mule? I'm just trying to figure out.
It was 40.
When was that?
40 acres.
40 acres, whatever. When did they promise it to us? 40 acres and a mule.
1866. 40 acres and a mule, right.
How much was that?
Have you got your 40 acres? Because if y'all got y'all 40 acres and y'all didn't tell me, I'm going to be a little bit upset. But I ain't got mine.
We didn't get that. But I want to, wait a minute though. But I want to know.
Because it was a form of reparations.
California doing reparations?
They are doing it with the.
We moved to California, baby.
No. And let's be clear. Let's be clear. They are talking about doing it.
Article 33 is what it's called?
Talking.
Yeah, they're talking about it. I mean, they're working on it.
Yeah.
About how much do you think 40 acres would be 40 acres that you bought in 1866 would be worth in 2023?
Yeah,
how much do you think it would be worth?
Yeah, it's been worth a lot. Now,
let me ask you a question.
We will be able to start our staff.
Who would be eligible for that?
The ancestors.
But here's the thing.
Everybody over here in America.
Right. Let me ask you a question. Y'all know if y'all remember this story, right? I'm going to give y'all a story, just a scenario, just to think about this, right? This man, I don't know if you heard of him, but his name was O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson was accused of murder. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty, right? But what did they do? What did the family of the victims? See, that's when people talk about, reparations. Okay, reparations is great, but let's get to restitution. So the families of the victims of O.J. Simpson sued him, not in criminal court, but they sued him in civil court. So my point is, we are all entitled to restitution. They have killed our forefathers for years. And America, if you look it up, they've admitted to it. They said this is what we've done. So how can you do that and have no consequences? Because what they say is they can't figure out how to pay us and who to pay. But y'all can figure out how to pay and who and this for everybody else.
Right.
Yes, because I was working with a lady who was I was working with the lady who was the Indian tribe. You know how they have the Indian reservations and Indian tribes. She was an Indian. Yeah. She was there, and she told me she was so excited. She said, "I'm going to school," and I said, "Really?" She was like, "Yeah." She was going to some school, nice school, like expensive. And she was like, and it's all paid for. And I said, wow, how'd you get that? She said, oh, it comes through a grant because of the fact that of what our people went through, and Indians and the Indian land and being on the Indian, what do they call it, the reservations. They give us grants. We get money. Yeah. I get $3,000 a month just to go ahead and go to school with, plus they're paying for my school. What? Where is our 40 acres and a freaking mule with interest, baby?
Right. So that's where we are, and that's my whole point. They just say they can't figure it out, but they can figure out how to get a man to the moon, right?
We got a call on the line. Hold on 1 second. Let's pull the call.
All right, call some people up in there. We got Sharifah Hardie with us at Sharifah.com, Sharifah Hardie for Senate.com, BlackChamberOfCommerce.org, and Long Beach BlackNews.com, and SubmitMyBlackBusiness.org.
We got a caller on the line, 626 on your phone. Is in your phone number. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Lady Crystal from Menifee, California.
Okay. LA's in the house.
That's right. I just LA. We'll call it what it is. Los Angeles. But yeah, I just tuned in and was listening, and it's a real mess. It's a real mess that we've been living under, and I really want to appreciate and thank the lady, Sharifah, Miss Sharifah Hardie, for really picking up the slack, if you will, and stepping up to help fight, and just be watchful and be in the position of just bringing everybody together, because there's a welfare tour out here from D.C., and they're trying to tell people who've been on Section 8 and low-income housing that there's $19 billion that the government has for Section 8 and low-income housing people to buy houses, to do a whole lot, but they don't tell them that. So she's out here right now with a press conference tomorrow in the projects of Imperial Courts to tell them that. So what you're doing, sister, informing people is great. And, I hope your team is really strong where they can get the message out in a quick way, because that's another thing. We got to time and be quick about it, before it gets to some other kind of ears and they try to shut us down. You've got to be quick on it. So I don't know all of your I don't know your whole protocol, but whatever I can do, I'm in the music and I'm also into ministry. But whatever I can do, I'll do my best to support you. And thanks.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, ask her.
I wanted to ask her, how far are you, Crystal, from the Long Beach
probably about an hour and a half. Yeah, we're in San Bernardino County. So
okay.
It's about an hour and a half.
Is that near Riverside, California? Okay. Yeah. And so LA is like about 5 hours from.
Oh no, LA is about 2. LA, between an hour and 45 to. It depends on traffic time. Because you
know what,
I'm
thinking about Monterey. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Monterey, California. I used to be stationed in Fort Ord, California, out there, and so my mind went straight back to my military days.
You go, girl.
Okay. So y'all can meet up then. You and Sharif, you and Miss Sharif to meet up, and because you are a horse of information, and you are so serious about what you believe in as far as anything that's helping, the community, Black people, California, LA, like all that. And it sounds like Miss Sharifah is the same. So definitely, I could see the two of you joining forces and becoming a powerhouse. That's no, hands down, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
First of all, I want to tell you, thank you. Sister Patricia Goins, Unscripted, on the move, all around the world. I want to thank you because you have been very supportive of just me and what I do, and just letting everybody know how you appreciated me being on the show last week, talking and speaking on the level of the spiritual level that we got to take up the spiritual cause, because we're working against a spiritual enemy that we don't see, but we see the results. So things happen in the spiritual realm before they even come to the physical realm. So that's why prayer is very necessary, and direct prayer, commanding prayer through the word to know who you're dealing with and know how to shut them down. And then when you move about, you just be where you need to be to do what you need to do. So it's a real serious thing that we have as a people to really preserve our heritage, our gifts and our talents, and our young people.
Facts, no doubt about it. Sister Krista, do you got any questions you have for Sharifah?
Well, you know what? I was thinking she's running for, you said Senate?
Yes.
You said what? Senate? She's running for
U.S. Senate.
U.S. Senate.
What seat is that? Who's currently in that seat, if I may ask?
Senator Lena Gonzalez.
Oh, okay. I don't know him. Okay, so definitely it's power for the woman time. It's power time for the black woman, and we know that in the universe. And people are really making way for the black women to step up and lead, because we are the true mothers of the earth. So you definitely deserve that position because of who you are. And again, we'll do everything we can do to get you in that seat, and everything will be just fine because the Spirit of the Lord is definitely with us.
And let me tell you
something.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Miss Krista was serious about what she's saying, Miss Sharifah. She's serious. Like, I ain't never known nobody could do a conference call. She could pull a conference call and have everybody and legions of people ready to rock. I've never seen nothing like it.
I love it.
That's big. That's big. Well, we've been given a lot, ladies and gentlemen. We have been given a lot. This is Billy. I told them on this message, and I deal with people actually across the nation, from D.C. to USC. I tell them, and I put a message on the link yesterday saying, look, time is really over. We on grace and mercy. So if we don't do this thing now, it's forget it. If we don't come all out with it now, and we waiting on grants, and we waiting on, people to give us money, it's like, no, we got to go out here and do the car washes, the bake sales, the fish dinners, and get on there and put the signs up and ask for it. We need this money now, and just be out as a group, a crew, everybody out here with their shirts on, signs. Hey, send money for this, and whatever our cause is. We got to get out.
Right. And right now, my cause is Sharifah Hardie for Senate.com, and we can make a donation right on the website.
Come on with it.
What is it? It's Sharifah
Hardie for Senate.com.
Sharifah Hardie for Senate.com.
Spell that for them for the ones who they need their help.
Oh, that's
SHAR.
Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Kenneth.
That's SHARIFAHARDIEFORSENATE. That's Sharifah Hardie for Senate.com. You can make a donation from that right there.
And we're going to do that when we get off the line.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that.
Donate. So, and that's something that I really preach to everyone. I really do. I'm someone who I believe in promotion. I believe in giving. I believe in helping someone else. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that when you help other people, it comes back to you. People who are too self-centered and worried only about themselves don't understand the blessing in giving. That's why Malachi 3:10 says, "Give and I shall." Trust me, test me. Plant your seed. You know what I'm saying? Plant your seed here, and I promise you that this is going to happen. But in order for it to grow, I need you to trust me. I need you, and if testing me is what you got to do, I'm paraphrasing. But basically, what he's saying is, give me what you got. If you don't got enough to meet your needs, then what you have has got to be seed. So plant a seed in somebody else. Plant a seed in somebody else's business. Plant a seed in somebody else's idea. Plant a seed in somebody else's website or whatever it is they got. Somebody else's dream. You got a dream. Plant a seed. Plant a seed. Go to Malachi 3:10. I may not have said everything. I know, Pastor, I ain't said everything right, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I really love that. One of the things, I hear what you're saying, but when I talk, I always say, you have not because you ask not. And when you ask but amiss, which means when you ask, you don't even believe they're going to give it to you. See, when I ask with expectancy in my heart. I expect the blessing. When you give, you are blessed tenfold. So I'm far from a miss. I'm expecting the seed. I'm expecting all these good things to come in because those are the things I have asked for.
Come on now.
Yeah, I love that.
I pray for a beautiful birthday. I promise you. I started praying in November. I am not lying. You think I'm playing? I started praying for. Okay. I waited until after Sad's life had kind of like was almost over. But anyway, I started praying about what I wanted for February. I really did, and I started thanking God in advance. I was praying and thanking, expecting that it was coming. So come February 1st, my song went #1 around the world.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Times like this.
But
another beat
by Mr. Stout, right? Go ahead.
In the moment.
In the moment.
And it's been like that. It's been things have just been happening, like blessings have been flowing all month long. Thank you, Father. Thank you for always keeping your word. Come on now. Thank you so much. So, like she said, if you don't believe what you asking for, if you don't believe what you speaking, then why are you wasting that breath? Like, put it somewhere. And if you don't have enough to meet your need, then it must be seed. So he ask, you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open to you.
Right.
Yes, so we got to do that.
Your fist wrapped too tight and you won't open it up to be a blessing to somebody else. How you going to have it open when the blessings come? Come on now.
Right, right. But I found that a lot of this, as far as our belief system, even our spiritual belief system, comes with from our relationships with our parents. Right? So if we had abandonment issues as a child, or if our parents never gave us what we wanted, we see the world that way. And so I'm a daddy's girl. My daddy still to this day, and I'll be 47 in March, spoils me. So my Father in heaven is the same way. You know, I believe he says it is my pleasure to give you the kingdom. So if you don't have the kingdom, it's not because he don't want to give it to you, because you haven't asked for it.
Come on now.
So you believe that you're worthy to get it, right? You don't really believe it.
Right.
See, that
never happened to you before.
Okay.
I love that.
What is their website again?
Yeah.
www.asksharifah.com. AskSharifah.com. So that's www.ask. S like Sam, H like Harry, A like Apple, R like Ricky, I like ice cream, F like Frank, A like Apple, H like Harry.com for any of y'all who need it to be a little bit slower so you can get it.
All right.
I love it. I love the energy. You know what? The first time that I talked to Miss Crystal on the phone, I instantly was drawn to her energy. You know, and I was instantly drawn to her energy instantaneously. And so I've heard your name before, Miss Sharif. I've heard Kenny mention your name a few times, but it wasn't until tonight that I feel your energy. I'm an energy person. I really am. And so it's something about energy for me, like it transcends through time and space. You can feel a person's energy through the phone, through the internet. You can just hearing them talk, the inside comes, you know. So I can feel that you are everything that you say you are, and plus a lot more. I bet you give a lot more than you receive on most days. You know, your essence pours out into people, you know, and maybe, you know, half of them people are not even understanding the gift that you are. Long Beach, California should have been blowing our freaking phone up asking you questions. But the problem is some of them don't understand the gift. They don't, because their mind, we have been held down for so long and made to feel like we can never rise, that we don't even reach for things and ways to rise.
Oh no, she's gonna ride way up all the way up.
I'm not talking about her level. I'm talking about the people.
Yeah. The people
who could be getting
no, but
information
that's what the people are. The devil comes to distract.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but the devil comes to distract. So people are distracted. That's what he doesn't want you to do. He doesn't want you to go out and better yourself. Certain people, they don't want you to go out and better yourself. So they offer you all these distractions so that you don't and you won't. But I always said, I'm here to help the people I can help, period. If I can help anyone, that's what I'm here to do.
You know what? The thing I love about On the Move Unscripted is that we are worldwide. We are in Nigeria, we're in the UK, we're in Canada, we're in Mexico, we're all over the world. Literally, when I look at my analytics, Ms. Sharif, I literally see them from everywhere. And so the fact that when you're, as a business consultant, it doesn't matter where you live. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely believe that you're going to get a lot more. You probably got your hands filled, right now, but you're going to get a lot more because people go back and they listen and they download and they re-download shows, over and over again. We're on iHeartRadio, we're on Spotify, we're on Blog Talk, we're on Spreaker.com. We're, everywhere that you can find a podcast, On the Move Unscripted is there. And so this information is going to get out. People, those who are supposed to receive it, who didn't call in to be able to promote your business online while you were asking Ms. Sharif a question, that was their loss.
I tell people, I'm glad you said that because I tell people the same exact thing. In 2009, when I launched my first Blog Talk Radio podcast, Ask Sharifah Podcast, I marketed for 30 days. And when it came to do the show, just one person listened to that show live. And my little heart was broke. It was broken into a billion pieces. But I kept going. And what I began to see over time is that first interview, that first podcast that I did with one live person, it had thousands and thousands of downloads because as people learned about me and heard about me, they went back. Because, just because nobody's an overnight success at all. So they go back to find out, wait a minute, I haven't heard of her. Who is she? And then they listen. So just like magic, the money is in the archives. That's where your money is, in the archives.
Don't you know it? We was just looking at it like, look at all them downloads, baby.
I'm saying forever. Look, we speak the same language. How about that?
We was just looking at how many downloads we had in a single month that were older shows. There were shows like last week, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, last year. I've been doing this. I've had On the Move, this Blog Talk Radio thing for, about 4 or 5 years when I was on the radio in Atlanta. And so people are still going back and listening to even those shows with me and MBJ Live. Yeah. That's when I lived in Atlanta. So, you're right. The money's in the archives.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah, and having them shows out there. I mean, I've been on your show before. You've been on my show like a lot of times, man. I always love you to come on there and talk about and watch that growth and see how things are going with you and see how things are blowing up. And this is real life right here to see these results, how things, like you said since 2009, right? And even if you go back and listen to yourself, and go from then to now, you will hear your growth yourself.
I do. And you know what go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish through.
No, that's an excellent point because the thing I see the most about my growth is when I first started in 2009, I was so afraid I would say something wrong. I would mess up a word. I would put the wrong guest name. I was so focused on the negative and not the positive. If I had to give an opinion, I would think 8 times before speaking. And then on the 8th time, I'm like, well, I'm still not sure, but I'm going to go ahead and try it and see. Now there's no filter. No, I have the confidence to say what I have to say. It is what it is.
Yeah,
I love that too.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
That helps you. If people who feel that kind of way, like you may be thinking that you're kind of what's the word, introverted. You know what I mean? And don't you could be afraid of to speak in front of a lot of people. I had to learn on that kind of way too when I was put on the stage in a big way. You know what I mean? I was on a big stage and it was the crowd was it was no lights on them. The light was on me. You had that spotlight, and my mouth was drying up, and I was sitting there trying to talk everything out, and my friend was sitting there recording everything, And I was going through this whole time in my mind, like I wanted this moment, but there was a moment that I wasn't prepared for. So preparing yourself for certain things like that, when it does come out to the opportunity for you to do it, just go and do it regardless what it's going to. You might be the biggest thing, it might be the smallest thing or whatever, but you still take the chance of doing it so you can get those results. So doing those things, like you said, from 2009 up to now to see that growth of what you did, that is very important to be coming to whatever it may you want to do in your business. You're going to be doing acting or singing or dancing or writing in the arts, so you're going to be in like whatever it may be. You're building stuff, whatever it's going to be. You at least got to try to see where to see where it is. Put it in that public eye,
Yeah, but I think it's also a testimony to just keep going, because now, and I say this with all humbleness, I get a lot of accolades about the things I do, but I keep reminding people, yes, but it was 30 years in the making, 30 years. I built my first website in 1994. When I first built my website, the people in my family told me I was lazy. They told me I did not want to get a job. Sometimes the people closest to you, that's why I've been divorced twice, they don't understand entrepreneurs. And so those people will try to, in loving you, sometimes they keep you down, because they feel like if you don't leave the house, if you don't work for somebody else, if you don't have a 9 to 5, you don't want to work. You lazy, because it was unheard of at that time. Like even my mother now, who works for LA Care, that's a healthcare company in California, huge, but during the global pandemic, she was forced to work from home. 3 years after, working from home, she was like, I am never leaving here again. Like, I love this. My TV's right there. My desk is right here. I'm, doing what I want to do. And I told her, I said, welcome to my world.
Ain't that something?
That is deep. Yeah, that's I'm flabbergasted. Normally we would have taken a break. Normally the show would have been over 30 minutes ago, but I've just been captivated because
hey, that's what we doing.
I've just been captivated. Like I couldn't.
I was wondering the same thing.
It wasn't hold you too long, but it was such a great interview. And
I'm not tripping. I'm not at all. I didn't have anything planned after it. And like I said, I've done Blog Talk Radio. And if I have a show where a guest and I are just vibing and we're getting information and we're having a good time, I'll be like, hey, let the good times roll.
Because she lives in the moment. The magic
in the moment. In the moment.
Oh, I love it.
We see the moment.
Miss Crystal, I want to give you an opportunity to, once again, because you called in. See, I understand marketing, Miss Sharif, right? And I tried Miss Sharifah. I understand. I'm just going to say Miss Hardie because I keep messing up Sharif. So, Ms. Hardie, I understand marketing, right? I understand that when you have an opportunity to market your business and your product, you take those opportunities. And when people are always talking about, well, I'm looking for free marketing and advertising, calling into podcasts, calling into the radio stations that, independent radio stations that allow call-ins, that's free marketing. That's free marketing because those are digital files that never go anywhere. And people are always going back to listen to old shows, especially ones that give knowledge and wisdom. And while they're getting that knowledge and wisdom from whoever the guest is, they're hearing about your business. They're hearing about your dry cleaning company. They're hearing about your marketing services. They're hearing about your music. You got to use the opportunities when they present themselves. So I want to give Miss Crystal an opportunity to once again say, talk about what she has going on and her website and stuff, and then we're going to get back to you, Miss Sharifah, because I don't want to hold you hostage. I could talk. Women, we can talk all night long.
I'll be here right along with you. I'm like, this lady wouldn't let me go. It's 11 p.m. I'm going to blame it all on you. I'm like, I was supposed to sleep 2 hours ago.
So the floor is yours, Ms. Crystal.
This is wonderful. I just was looking at some YouTube and just to see some things that, been there for a while and just see how they have been supported. And when you don't promote and market yourself and what you have, it just sits there on the shelf. And so I want to, again, thank you for this opportunity because it's very important. And what we're doing really is collaborating and collectively using our gifts and talents so we can have something that I would consider more than what we've ever had singly. So the importance is coming together to connect and having products and things to sell or having services to sell is very key, because that's how, the original businesses, really constituted sales. And so I think we as a people definitely need something to sell that will, entertain the people and give them a reason to come and say, yeah, I want that, I need that. And so I'm going to say that that's what we've been working on for a number of years. And I feel like what she said about, I was going to say Queen Sharifah, Sister Sharifah, what she said about believing, before you even start asking, you got to believe what you're asking for is going to manifest, because you know who you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, that's not exactly what she said, but that was in the context of what she said, believing.
That was good enough. I'll go with that.
And so I've been working on something called this $1 Million March project over 5 years, or this is maybe the 5th year. And so I actually did not believe or something. I'm looking at it. Because I said, this is so big, I don't even know how to do this, Lord. I don't even know what to do, And one thing about me, I'm an artist more than anything. I'm a creative person. I can come up with all kinds of ideas, slogans, plans, projects, boom, 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 boom. And sometimes sit down and really put them together in writing. But sometimes to walk it out and manifest it, I fall short. And that's when I said, well, we need a team. We need people. Once I get the creative idea going, y'all take it and go with it. And so that's where we are right now. And I'm thankful, for Brother Kenneth and Sister Patricia, because they are really helping me bring this thing to fruition. We have an artist that's a legendary artist that we're working to get him to the Cannes Film Festival. And I said, I started looking at how this thing is pulling me from what I know God gave me to do for myself and for the ministry. And so I started having trouble with it in my spirit. And so I said, okay, Lord, well, I have to bring this in. I have to encompass this. So everything has to become a part of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So with your campaign, can't nothing take you off. You can't be saying, okay, well, I'm running for Senate, but now you're over here trying to help so-and-so do something, and then that's going to take away from you. So we have to find a way to bring everything where it's in, not to say one basket, but I said one boat, one ship.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I definitely agree.
So how can they
important.
reach out to you, Miss Crystal? How can they reach out to you?
I have this high page called OurLadyCrystal.com, and it's just the OUR lady, so CRYSTAL.com. So on there, there's the email where you can email. There's the phone number. You can press the little button. There's the Facebook, the Instagram, all that. It's there. So I say go ahead. But when I was looking at my YouTube, I should be really ashamed of myself. I saw something I did 9 years ago, and I tell you it had 2 views.
Oh, wow.
And I said, wait a minute, are you kidding me? So So, and I was just doing shows, paying for these shows. I want you to know I was paying for these shows. At one point I wasn't. They were, I was a part of the production team, and I didn't have to pay for my shows. But no publicity, no promotion. So I was just doing a show every week for a year or two and got no promotion, And I look at that now, and I'm like, this is a shame. All this stuff, I won't say this is time wasted, but it's very important what you all are doing, promoting. You talked about your blog talk show, Sharifah, and you stayed at it consistent in promoting what they do, Patricia, and what Kenneth do. They promote. So we can have the greatest, and nobody knows about it, so it's nothing. And so I'm just going to say it's important for us to work together and push each other, because some of us have been complacent. Some of us have gotten old. I'm 62, so, I'm not going to make that.
We're going to put everybody in what we need to get done. Yeah, for sure. We're ready to rock, for sure.
It's time.
We are working. We're working. So any people that's on the call and stuff like that, and people who are working with us, throughout the nation, throughout the world. Like, you always, reach out to us on Atlantic Music Industry Group on Facebook. Also, you know what I mean?
Music with a Z.
Yes, you know what I mean? Like, come get some, hashtag that. I got 200,000 hashtags for that right there. It's been working. It happened, like, organically. You know what I mean? I know how to get those, and I can post it. You can do that at any time. So there's ways that you can do certain things, how the way you want to get stuff out there. We're willing to help and work with anybody who's willing to actually put the work in, with themselves, with their organization or their brands or their companies. Sharifah, what you're doing, like you already know, we're going to support what you're doing. I'm glad, you and Sister Crystal is, connecting so then that we get you guys to do some things, together out there in California as well, because this is a big deal. We got Aria coming out there, in March. That's going to be dope,
He's coming out there in May?
Yes, coming out there in May, yes. And actually might be coming back, too, even in the latter part of the year. So there's a lot of things. We are working our butts off, this year to make some things really
it's a big
get
deal.
out there throughout the country.
Right.
I'm sorry,
I agree. It's a big deal. But I want to go back to what Sister Crystal said about her 2 views and being ashamed. First of all, I would not be ashamed, because even if you had a half a view, you have a half a view more than most people. And I look at things just like I look at a college education sometimes. Sometimes the college education just shows that you went to class every day. It shows commitment. So it's not a waste of time at all. You may be able to take those same YouTube videos that, hundreds of thousands of people didn't watch, and you may be able to just simply show it to a TV network and say, I've done this. And so you have enough content where they can see you. They don't just see you in one look in one day. No, they see you here, they see you there. They see the fact that you were committed to it. So commitment is more important than the views in my book. You committed to it. And so now you're going to grow. When I started in 2009 on Blog Talk Radio was free. We all grow and we go through different levels. So whatever you've done, I applaud you, my sister, for doing it.
Thank you, sweetie.
We appreciate you so much, Miss Crystal, for calling in and for being a part of the show. You were a part of last week's show, and if anyone missed it, please go back and listen to the On the Move Unscripted Ladies Roundtable discussion, the reunion show, because that was a powerful show. It was about mental health. It was not the plan, but our plan and God's plan be 2 different plans. So you can go into it thinking it's going to be one thing, and God got a whole another plan for it. But what I want to do is I want to take a quick break, right, and play a little bit of music. Yes, I'm playing my music tonight, y'all, in case y'all wonder why she keep playing her music. Because I have a new album out that's called The Journey, and you can actually get it if you go to atwmshop.com. So I want to play a song or two, and then we're going to come back and wrap the show up with Miss Sharifah Hardie and let her just say whatever's on her beautiful heart to say and give out her contact information again, and also leave some words of wisdom for the listeners and people who really need this encouragement, this information, But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the Move Unscripted, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Happy belated birthday to you, Sister Patricia.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Times like these
feel that music? Can you feel that beat? Can you feel it? Can you feel the music? Can you feel the beat? Yeah. Let the music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. Yeah. When I was a young girl, my mother told me, she said you gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. She said, when one door closes, another door opens. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. She told me, she said, there's nothing too hard for you. If you believe, you gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Oh, can you feel that music, that hanky beat? Let the music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. Yeah. When one door closes, another door opens. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Listen, y'all. They used to tell me, they said, Patricia, you won't succeed. They said that music thing, you won't succeed. But I didn't listen. You know why? There's nothing too hard for you. If you believe, you gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Oh, and don't let no one stop your dreams, baby. Just keep on walking, keep on believing, and have faith. Hey, hey, woo! Can you feel my music, that hanky beat? Let my music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. God coming with a message that's just for you. He said, have faith in your dreams, and they'll come true.
is your boy, Bad Boy Billy Sly. Whether I'm just chilling in the studio or kissing a leading lady or out on the street promoting our new CD, Kenny G Wall of Bass, no matter how you play it, I'm down with Patricia and Mr. Stout on the Move. Unscripted, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was Times Like This is a song that Mr. Stout actually produced. Yeah. And then Open Doors is a song Mr. Hankey produced. Mr. Hankey's producer that people in the South definitely probably know for Twerkulator, Living My Best Life, you know, all kind of hits and stuff like that. So, and I felt like those two songs were what I needed to play because of what we've been talking about, you know, about following your dreams and putting some concrete plans in place. You know, getting a business consultant like, you know, Miss Sharifah Hardie, you know what I'm saying? Going to your Chamber of Commerce, you know, marketing and promotion. Those things are all important. If you don't have a business account for your business yet, you're already behind the game, and that's why you missed out on some of that PPP. What was that?
PPP loan.
PPP loan, because you didn't have bank accounts or whatever the situation was. Like preparation. It's always necessary. Always be prepared because you never know when the opportunity is going to come from out of nowhere. Blessings falling out of nowhere. And I'm thinking, ain't that just like that? So I just want to come back to you, Miss Sharifah Hardie, and I just want to find out what would you like to leave on the listeners' minds, hearts, and souls about you, your business, your mission, your assignments, and also how they can reach out to you.
Thank you for that opportunity. But before we even get to me, let's stay on you for a little bit. Wow. I love those songs. And when I was listening to those songs and you said it, you said those are the songs that I played because I felt like they were a great fit for today. And they were the entire message because the first song, it is you were saying the times we're living in today, but love yourself today. So that's in the moment. Today. We're not going to worry about tomorrow. We're not going to worry about what's happening 8 days from now. Love yourself today. And so that's, again, reminding people to stay in the moment. Magic and miracles happen in the moment. So love yourself today. And then I was like, wow. Then you moved on to the other song, which starts off with, my mama told me you have to believe. So, again, it goes back to how you were raised and the things that were instilled in you. So you might have been a little child that had no idea, but you have somebody who comes in and like, baby, you could do it. You could make it. Just believe in yourself. And that's what we need. We need more cheerleaders. And I tell people all the time, when they're like, I don't really understand what you do. I said, well, if it's too deep, let me explain it to you like this. I'm a cheerleader, right? That's what I do. I cheerlead for people in their businesses. I'm here with my pom-poms telling you, if nobody else in the world is telling you that you can do it, I'm telling you, you can do it. It doesn't matter what your product or your service is, you can do it. Each and every person was given at least one gift. And what we forget is that gift was given to us to survive on this earth. And survival means being able to pay your mortgage, being able to pay for whatever you need to do. And so we always sometimes try to go I said always sometimes, I'm funny, but so spiritual and so high. But you got to still bring it back to earth. Your talent was given to you to survive on this earth. And I always say, show me somebody who's not surviving, and I'll show you somebody who's not using their talent, period. Cut dry. So for me, I'm a simple country girl. That's what I tell people. I was raised in Ohio. All my growing up, I used to run for miles in trees and open air and all this. I love me some Ohio. I used to eat vegetables straight off the vine. My tomatoes, that was my thing. A little salt on it. You know, so for me, what I tell entrepreneurs is simply do not face the unknown alone. So often being an entrepreneur and a business owner is one of the loneliest things you could be, because so often nobody else, especially in your house, may understand what you're trying to do. Because for me, I planted a seed for a tree that didn't grow for 30 years. So everybody can't see your vision. They can't see what you're trying to do. But no matter who can see it around you, talk to people like Patricia. Talk to people like Kenneth. Give me a call. Ask Sharifah, because if you feel alone, maybe you just want to bounce an idea off of somebody. Say, Sharifah, does this sound crazy? I got this marketing idea. I don't know if it's going to work. And I say, the Pet Rock sold. Pet Rock didn't do anything but sit there. It didn't cry, didn't pee, it didn't do anything, right? Everything comes down to marketing. So I just give people the belief sometimes, and sometimes they just need somebody else to just say, you can do it. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, and you're, because we don't have coworkers. We don't have the person we can sit with at lunch and talk about our day and then go back to work. We work from sun up to sundown for the most part by ourselves. Maybe we talk to clients. Maybe we talk to guests who call in on the show, but somebody who's doing the same thing you're trying to do, we don't usually have those conversations. So no matter what it is, if it has a www, if it's in regards to a business, do not unknown alone. AskSharifah.com or give me a call at 562-822-0965. Again, that number is 562-822-0965. Be blessed.
You know what? I know I said I was going to end the show, but I just want to go back to something she said earlier. And she was talking about how when she was trying to grow her business as an entrepreneur, she ended up going through 2 divorces because her spouses didn't understand what she was trying to do. A lot of people have that issue. They are connected to partners who do not believe in them. And it's nothing worse or more difficult than to be trying to build something, trying to conceive something, trying to give birth and feed this baby when the parent or the other partner doesn't believe in you or does things to try to sabotage what you're doing because they mad at you spending too much attention on that and not them. They got them issues out there like that.
Or maybe they mad because you just took a certain amount of money that they wanted to take and go to Vegas with. You know what I mean? They rather gamble that money off in Vegas. So how dare you start a business with our money? That's what I always say, our money. But if God that's why I say, an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur has a calling. Every entrepreneur that I've spoken to has started their business, stopped their business, started their business, stopped their business, and they cannot give it up if they wanted to, because it's what they came to this earth to do. And other people don't understand that, especially when they want to go to the movies and you're like, no, I got to pay GoDaddy for my hosting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that business thing is definitely something that, like, if you're in business and you're in a relationship, you decide you want to start a business or you already had a business before you guys get together, you know what I mean? That should be understood, like, you know what I mean, like what's going on with that, because then the things won't get too, like, too crazy and stuff. Like, I get that part right there.
I have to say, I was blessed to have you, Mr. Stout.
I say that, hashtag that.
A.K.A. Kenny, A.K.A. All the AKAs. I can honestly say that after so many years and a divorce, I was divorced twice too to the same man. Don't even ask me how that happened. But
that's another show.
I finally met someone who our energy matches and our drive matches as far as what we want to do in the entertainment and how we go about it. And we have different businesses, but we also know how to come together and collaborate together. You know what I'm saying?
On the mule and Unscripted is all about right there.
Right, because you definitely feed into. I know I give you a hard way to go sometimes. You understand? That's what women do. That's what we're supposed to do. But you definitely do feed into that and help me with that. So I understand exactly where you're coming from, Miss Hardie, because I went through that. The men in my life could not understand my visions. They couldn't understand my power. They couldn't understand my essence.
You got to support. They couldn't understand. If you can't get it, then it's not there. You should know that. Any red flags, that's for any women out there who's listening, and get the red flags early. It's like driving a car. You see how many red lights come up. You're gonna see red lights. You know the green light, yellow light. So keep that guard up.
Because women will walk up and leave you over that business. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Don't help us with our business long enough, and we didn't put our heart and soul and 30 years in it. You will be getting them divorce papers in the mail. We will not be playing with you, but I think I ain't go see that no more. So I really appreciate you so much Miss Sharifah Hardie. I wish you so much success in all that you do. Definitely, once we get off of here, we're going to go and sow a seed into the Sharifah Hardie for Senate.com. Did I say it right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am, you did, and I'm grateful. I thank you. I appreciate you.
Yep.
And your donations and your contribution allows me to reach more people with the message for my Senate seat. So no matter what that amount is, I definitely appreciate you.
Oh, and I appreciate you for taking the time. Way over. You didn't even complain when we went way over.
Way over.
Way
This is what I do. I don't complain at all. It's a pleasure. As long as I'm happy, I'm good. If not, I'd be like, well, Kenneth, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. God bless you all.
I know you. Yeah, I already know you. Like, look, I already know you would have turned it off. Like, okay, I got to keep going. Like, that would have been that song. Like, okay, but, yeah, I definitely do appreciate you all the way up and coming on here. It's been a minute, and every time you do get a chance, like, to chop it up, either on your show, or, at Sharifah, or, like, you come on my show, the CMB's radio show, or, like, this is your first time coming on here on the Move Unscripted. Hopefully, like, even with Sister Crystal, what she's doing as far with Flow City and everything with NWN, the network they're doing with that. You guys get a chance to, like, to get together and make some things happen. We're going to definitely coming out there very soon. Like, very soon. Like,
we will. And I haven't been doing any interviews. That's why you haven't been on my show. Being that I'm rearranging and I need more content for Facebook, I'm going to start doing more interviews and different things like that. I'm definitely going to have Miss Crystal on. I'm definitely going to have Miss Patricia on. And, Kenneth, you're going to have to come and hang out with me. So we're going to make all of that happen, and just give me a couple of weeks.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait.
I heard
Come
that.
on now. I can't wait. I really appreciate you. Once again, tell them how to reach out to you again before we roll on out of here on the Move Unscripted.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm so grateful, appreciative. This is one of the funnest 2 hours I've had in a long time, especially non-billable hours. So this is great. But anyone, seriously, I am so serious. Please, 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 I'm asking from the bottom of my heart, you do not face the unknown alone. You are not alone in business, even if you don't believe or think you need a business consultant. Maybe you just need a friend. I don't know, but ask Sharifah at AskSharifah.com, 562-822-0965, 562-822-0965.
We appreciate you so much.
Really do. Yeah, it was.
We definitely want you to come back next week if you're not busy. Next Wednesday we have another an author from out of LA. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and Mr. Tillman will be on here. Yeah, Sharifah E. Tillman.
Yeah, Formula for Success. So he's definitely he's. Tell him a little bit, because maybe he might be interested in some services from her. Because like I said, even if you're an author and you sell books, you have your own books, you're getting them self-published, you've got a whole stack of them over there in the corner. You need to know how to move them, and you need to have that LLC or whatever business structure you want to use in place. You want to have that business plan. You want to have that. And so that's where the Chamber of Commerce, and that's where I want to say, ask me, Sharifah.
Ask Sharifah, but this
ask Sharifah. You want to ask them. I'm just saying, people like Mr. Terrell, Mr. Tillman, should also contact or be connected to her and vice versa.
We're all together, like, to connect them together.
You sound like you have a powerful book, too.
Yeah, we're going to go through this. He's going to be on next week.
Mm-hmm. Next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Mountain, and 5 o'clock Pacific. Right? Did I do all that right?
Yep. Yes. 5 o'clock Pacific. Maybe I'll be able to tune in. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah. Look, you got to get this book. We just got it. It just came in today.
It's a nice size book too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can tell he put a lot of love, knowledge, and wisdom in his book too.
Like
it's for people who are trying to enter the after being, incarcerated or who are still incarcerated or who, and more than just that. It wasn't just that reason, but a whole bunch of stuff for people who are trying to get out there, entrepreneurs and stuff. And so he definitely needs to hold hands with someone like yourself who can help spread that around because he's out there in L.A. too, right?
Really?
Right. Mm-hmm. It's about connecting the dot, networking. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry,
Mr.
Stout. I'm pleasure. Cut you off. Go ahead and finish what you were saying,
bro. I really appreciate you guys coming on the show and coming on the air with us and everything and chopping it up because we definitely do need this right now. And I hope Black History Month, everybody's out there and get some of your history and learn from what type of history, wherever it may come from, and when it comes to the politics, let's really do for us for what's necessary for our people. That's where I really truly feel. So whatever it may be, So
they ain't giving y'all that money no more, y'all. They making y'all pay for it.
We in trouble. You said $9 egg. Okay, that's all I want. And you said $9 eggs. You said also look, the tomatoes. We got 40 acres of land. But we need all that so we can have our own things because it's cost too much just to survive out here right now.
Yeah, they even complain. They're talking about taking away the tax refunds. They already ain't giving everybody as much as they used to. Y'all thought that money was free. That's why the mamas with all these dependents ain't getting $15,000 no more. You ain't getting that. Wow. They didn't took that money. We gotta
get back to They said 15. It's $1.5 trillion. Look it up on Forbes magazine 2024-2025 for what we do in power spending for the African American power of money spending for the new trends and everything. You can look it up. It's been out there, been printed out in 2022. And again, beginning of the year, and now this is a speculation what they're really going to see from what we do for our art, what we do for our businesses, what we make trendy, what we do in every type of thing and aspects for how we do our spending power. If we're going to put our spending power towards what we can do for certain things for our people that really need it, we could definitely see a different change in what we're doing in those type of ways compared to how the way we spend the money on, the most expensive things when we spend on with other people we give our money to. So I just want to throw that out there.
Well, first you got to change your mindset because half of them got that slavery mentality where they don't want to help each other. I'm in the White House. No. You got to change their mentality.
You got to see that with that money, that's how much money we're going to be spending. Yeah.
So we need to spend on each other. The reason why we are such a powerhouse is because we give to everybody else, but we have a problem with giving to each other. Come on. Give to each other. You know what I'm saying? Give to each other. Help each other out. Go and spend some money at a minority business. Go and help that person that People will go and shop everywhere else, but won't help their friends they know got a business with good products. They won't promote it. They won't share it. They won't nothing. It's change the mindset. That's change the mindset before they understand how to spend the money. I'm just saying. So anyway, I want to move unscripted, y'all. So we're going to fly out of here.
Yes.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say, Boo?
Because
I know I'll be talking.
Saturday, I'll be on the air again, going on for the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. Follow me on the Scene Beats Radio Music Review on all social media and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically. You play all the music that you won't give me. I'm still trying to get some of that music that you keep exclusively for your show. I want to get some. I guess you said I share enough, huh?
I get it. I sent it to you.
So we're going to slide out of here, y'all. Until next week, On the Move Unscripted. Thank you so much, Ms. Sharifah Hardie. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Crystal. And thank you for all the listeners, for everyone around the world. You make this, this is going on probably year 5 for me overall. Definitely year 3 for you and I.
Yeah.
So thank you for all the listeners who have continued to support On the Move Unscripted. You supported me when I was in Atlanta on 1100 a.m. You supported me when I turned, On the Move Unscripted into a podcast. You've been supporting. I appreciate you all the way from London, Canada. I see the analytics, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate UK, Nigeria, Ghana, California, New York, Chicago. Chicago be really showing me love. Atlanta, I appreciate Columbus, Ohio, jumping on the map. Stop playing, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. We got nothing but love for you, baby.
Come get some.
Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we're a team. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. I gotta pick up the pace, no more time to waste. Gotta put on my case, I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. Hey, I gotta pick up the pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my case. I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Superman, superwoman. Like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we taking over, and that's no lie. No mountain high, with you by my side. Hey, I'm your superwoman, you're my Superman. Hey, like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we will succeed. Superman, superwoman, like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we taking over, and that's no lie. I got your back, baby, and you got mine. Hey, let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we're a team. Superman,